Hey everyone, it's me again, and welcome to Faith's Favorites. If you're new to my channel, welcome to my little corner of the internet. My name's Faith Grenade, and I put makeup videos here on YouTube. And you should subscribe and hit that little bell so you can get notified every time I upload, so you don't have to miss any of this exciting, riveting action. I have Chewbacca pajamas. What you've stumbled across is Faith's Favorites, which is, you guessed it, a monthly favorites video. I try to do these every month, or every couple months, or every so often. As you guys probably know, I did have surgery this month, so things got a little bit derailed for a couple of weeks, but I'm finally upright and able to sit upright again, so I can film, yay! So, my first favorite, I've already talked about these in a favorites video before, but they are the Viseart eyeshadow palettes. They're so incredible, they're amazing, they're the best eyeshadow on the market by far, by a long shot. Just nothing competes with them. Nothing at all. The reason I'm talking about them today is because Muse Beauty Pro is having their sale that they put on a couple of times a year, where they will put up bundle deals, and one of the bundle deals you get 2 Viseart 12 pan eyeshadow palettes and 3 brushes for $128. That sounds expensive, I know, but these retail for $80 each, so if you bought 2 of them individually, that's $160 right there, not even including shipping. Muse Beauty Pro's shipping is free if you do this bundle, and you're basically getting 3 free brushes and $40 off 2 eyeshadow palettes. That is an incredible deal, and it's the best deal you're gonna get on these ever. I'm dead serious. So if you're going to grab them, now is the time. I believe this sale runs through the end of August. I'll confirm that. I'm not exactly sure. I'm not sponsored by Muse Beauty Pro or by Viseart. I wish. I am not affiliated with either company. I just love Viseart and I love Muse Beauty Pro as a company. I love their sort of philosophy on things. Their customer service is excellent, and I'm going to talk you guys through my top 5 Viseart palettes. So number 5, I would say, is the Bijou Royale, which was the fall palette this past year, I believe. Lots of beautiful metallic jewel tone shades. I love this palette because of how unique it is. You don't really see these shades kind of showcased a whole lot, and to have them all in one place is fantastic. Coming in at number 4 is the classic, the original Viseart number 1 Neutral Matte palette. This is their best seller. It's got a lot of basic bitch neutrals. I use this pretty much every time I do makeup on somebody else because it is a classic. Number 3, for me, my number 3 favorite Viseart palette is Editorial Brights. There's always a special place in my heart for Editorial Brights because it's so bright and colorful. I know most, more pedestrian makeup doers will not use this at all, but I've used this a million billion times on my channel. I absolutely love it. The colors are bright, they're vibrant, you don't need a white base underneath to get full opacity, to get bright color, and it's perfect for all of those easy avant-garde makeup tutorials that you see on my channel. Number 2 on the list is the Viseart 10 Warm Matte palette. This is brand new, this is their newest palette, and it's fantastic. Warm eyeshadow looks are all the rage right now, and this will give you what you need in terms of warm eyeshadow. The layout is very well organized, it's very straightforward, and it's wonderful. My number 1 favorite Viseart palette, if you get no other Viseart palettes on recommendation from me, get Dark Matte. This is palette number 4, this is Dark Mattes, and you need it in your life. Everyone needs this. If I had a nickel for every time I've run into a situation with a different palette where they have a bunch of deep shades and they all look black on the eyes, I could retire. Every single shade in this palette is deep, but it exists all on its own. Every single shade looks different. None of them look black. So this is the perfect companion for any makeup artist who's looking to deepen up their eyeshadow looks without using black. So now that that's out of the way, I know that could have been a video all on its own, but seriously, I love those palettes, and now is a great time to take advantage of those deals and get in on your life. Let's go ahead and get to another favorite. This I just used for the first time today, and I can already tell you that I adore it. This is the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Highlighting Powder in the new shade Golden Flower Crown. This is what it looks like. You would think, looking at this, that it would be too dark for me because it's got a lot of kind of gold pigment in there, but I'm wearing it today. Look at that. Look at that wet looking glow though. This blended beautifully into the skin. Considering it's drugstore and these are like $4 each, get in on that. Like, I had gotten the first shade, one of the first two shades, which was Precious Petal was the one I got, but that one was too dark for me, and I ordered this online. When I first came in, I was dismayed because I was like, oh no, it's gonna be too dark, but it's not. It flatters perfectly. It does show texture a tiny bit in person, but not nearly as bad as some of the highlighters I've tried. It is fantastic. So if you're on a budget and looking for a great highlight, this is a good one. So that is the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Highlighting Powder in the shade Golden Flower Crown. They also have some other shades. They just added, I think, 4 or 5 shades to the range, and they have a lavender one. They have a brightening, like, pink toned one for paler skin, so plenty more options where this came from. This is the Kat Von D Shade and Light Contour Palette. There are things I don't like so much about this. The fair contour shade is a little bit too, I don't know, I don't want to say warm, because it's not warm, but it's just the wrong undertone for me. It's more suited for someone with pink undertones in their skin, and then these two are a little bit too warm. However, this guy in the middle here is a gorgeous bronzer. I used it as a bronzer on my skin today. These powders blend beautifully into the skin. I don't sense any patchiness or kind of like inconsistency in the blend. It looks fantastic. And of course, Lyric, that yellow powder there, is perfect for under the eyes. One more favorite, and then we'll move on to shitting on some product. So this is the Ardell eyelashes in the style 105. This is a multi-pack. I used to use these a lot more often, and then I took a break from them for a while. I kind of got on a Demi Wispy kick and a Mega Volume 250s kick, but I was looking for something a little different because I have a bridal client whose wedding is in September, and these are perfect for brides because I'm wearing them today. Don't know if you can tell, but these lashes are pure length. They are all length. They've got a little teeny tiny bit of volume boosting to them, but not really. Their main mission in life is length. When I want a pair of lashes that's gonna give me some drama, but not take away from the rest of the eye by like completely taking it over, I love 105s for that because they give the perfect amount of length and they're sort of flirty and romantic without necessarily blocking the eyeshadow work I've already done. Go ahead and talk about our palette of the month. I haven't forgotten about palettes of the month, guys. I haven't, I promise. This month's palette of the month is Kat Von D Pastel Goth. I did create one look with this, I'll leave it in the cards up there, and I tried to create some other looks, and I just, I kept running into problems. So my main issue with this palette isn't necessarily that the colors aren't pastel, although some of them I would say are pushing the boundary between pastel and not pastel. My main issue is there's some pigmentation inconsistencies. It's a little bit patchy with some of the shades. Meow comes to mind. This little pink one right here can get kind of patchy, and the colors just don't really work. They only work so well together, you know what I mean? There's only so many looks that you can create just with this palette on its own, and I just don't find myself reaching for it that much. It doesn't really excite me or inspire me as much. On a scale of 1 to 5, 1 being the shittiest palette I've ever seen, 5 being, oh my god, amazing, you need to buy it, this gets like a 3 for me. It's not terrible, but it's not great either. It's kind of like, meh. Originally, my palette of the month for this month was going to be the Anastasia Beverly Hills Subculture palette. It's not gonna be that, and I think you guys can see why. There are reviews all over the show about this palette. The color selection excited me to no end. I could not wait to dip into this, and then I did, and it sucked. I tested it out on my arm, I tested it out on a face chart, and I was like, maybe this won't be so bad for me. Maybe it was just a bad batch, all that good stuff. And then I used it on the eyes, and everything that everyone else is saying is true. These colors oxidize, the fallout is terrible. I've never seen eyeshadow oxidize until today when I was using it. Like, it really did oxidize, and it turned muddy really easily, and the shadows just weren't blending properly. They were blending a little bit funky, so the formula on this has definitely changed between this and the Modern Renaissance. So I think I'm gonna have to return this and wait for them to reformulate it, and then I will buy it again. Not good. ABH. What the fuck, dude? What happened? Who hurt you? Needless to say, I find myself in a little bit of a crossroads here, because the palette that was supposed to be my palette of the month this month sucks. Like, certifiably sucks. Like, this is the worst eyeshadow palette I've used in a while. And now I'm sort of caught between a rock and a hard place, because I really don't know what palette to go with. I mean, I just got 2 of the Lorac Unzipped Sunset palettes, which I'm really excited about. I've been playing around with those, but those don't really have the variety to create a lot of different looks, and I could create like a couple tutorials with them if you guys want me to. And then I'll obviously be reviewing them because I want to review them. Not to mention, though, I'm also missing one. I managed to get Desert Sunset and Ocean Sunset, but Mountain Sunset sold out before I could get it. So I think I'm gonna hold off on these until I can get the 3rd one, and then we'll just, have a whole month of Unzipped Sunset action. Palette of the month for the month of August is going to be the Smashbox Create and Transform Masterclass palette. This is so exciting. I've used this a few times already, and I can already tell you the shadow quality is really good, and it's got the cheek products and lip products in here, but I've only used it once or twice, and there's definitely more playtime where this came from. So this is going to be our palette of the month for the month of August. I'm going to create as many looks as I possibly can using just this palette. All these palettes in the collection. So let's dig into some fails. Obviously, we've talked about the green, bluey, turquoisey elephant in the room. That was definitely a fail. That is going straight back to Anastasia Beverly Hills so they can fix their shit and get it together. Y'all are gonna hate me for this. Yep. The L'Oreal Voluminous / Paradise Mascara. I'm sorry, guys, this just doesn't work for me. No matter how hard I try to get this to work, it just doesn't. It smudges and flakes like hell on me, and it makes my lashes look clumpy as fuck, which is basically the same problem I ran into with Too Faced Better Than Sex, which this is supposed to be a dupe for. So it's not the worst mascara I've ever tried, it's not, but when I hold it up against my YSL The Shock, there's just no contest. I mean, there's no contest. Here's another hyped up product that you guys are gonna hate me for not liking. Sorry guys, this is Tarte Shape Tape, and I just don't like this. I've tried using a little teeny tiny itty bitty bit because I know this is super pigmented, which is why I wanted to love it. Y'all know I'm a recovering full coverage queen. I love high coverage product, and this is as high coverage as it comes. But it's so drying. I don't even have terribly dry skin. I have kind of combination dehydrated skin, but this is just so drying. So drying. I think I might have talked about it in a favorites and fails before. If I did, I don't know, but I've made my firm decision on it. It's just not for me. I tried using it to cover blemishes because it was way too dry for my under eyes. Hell no, not happening. So I tried covering blemishes with it, and I would cover my blemishes on my problem zone. They would look covered, I'd be like, okay, great, moving on. I would put on my foundation in a stippling motion so I didn't disturb the concealer, never mind the fact that this concealer is supposed to set. Keep that in mind, it's supposed to set and not go anywhere. So I would put my foundation on, and there would be my scarring, poking through. So this is full coverage for maybe the first, 5 minutes, and it makes everything look textured. And just compared to things like the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind, which I can get from the drugstore for $6, just doesn't work for me. This is the Maybelline Superstay Matte Ink Liquid Lipstick in the shade Escapist. I was so excited about these because I saw people, like needing to use special removers to get them off. I saw full pigment, I saw awesome wear times, and I was like, yes, 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 finally, a liquid lipstick from the drugstore that I love. Nope, this shade anyway is just so thick. I don't know if you guys can tell that from swatching it. Pigmentation is decent, but it's just so thick and gloppy and kind of like sticky, if that makes sense. I don't know, it was really sticky, and when I put this on my lips, you can kind of see that there's a little bit of patchiness, but when you put it on your lips, it is streaky as hell, it's patchy, and I just could not get behind it. I couldn't do it, guys. I tried. That's about all I've got for today. So leave me a comment down below. Let me know what your favorites for this month were in terms of beauty. Let me know what didn't work for you. Are you part of Subculture Gate? Did you have the similar experience to what I did? Yeah, leave a comment, let me know. Let me know if there are any palettes you guys want me to make the palette of the month for September. September is my birthday month, so we gonna be all the way lit in September, but let me know if you're excited about this as our palette of the month for August. Let me know if there are any of these shades that you're dying to see used on the eyes, and I will get to that pronto. I hope you guys found this video helpful, informative, or entertaining. If you did, there's a button for that. Spank that like button in the butt, you know it deserves it. And if you want to see more from me, I've got a couple options now. You can click the videos on either side of my head to binge if you're bored or bummed out, or hey, you can hit that button that looks like my face and subscribe and become a member of the faithful today. I put out new videos every Sunday. Thank you guys so much for watching and joining me today, and I'll see you in the next video. Toodles!